Hey everyone, it's Bridget Eileen Cisco. I'm here today to talk about being part of a movement or really creating and building your own movement through your work in the world. So if you are an entrepreneur who is value-based, mission-driven, you are a thought leader, and you really know that you are on this planet to birth and redirect some of the systems that maybe haven't been working thus far. And you know that what you're here to build on the planet is something big, I just invite you to listen in. We're going to talk about the movement that you're creating, the movement I'm creating that I didn't even realize, the age of Aquarius, as well as the systems that are kind of changing before our eyes, but really the opportunities that are there when massive change like this happens on the planet. So if you're new to my world, my name is Bridget Eileen Cisco. I'm the founder of Exalted Publishing House. I am a podcast host, which I've just announced is recently changing, kind of rebranding our direction, right? We're always redirecting to the place that feels really, really aligned to the moment. And I also work with female entrepreneurs, helping them stand out and be featured as a leader in their industry through sharing powerful stories, writing best-selling books, and using their voice. So today, let's talk about being part of a movement, being part of something bigger than ourselves. And I'm starting to notice this trend with the entrepreneurs that I get to network with, meet, learn more about, work with one-on-one. We are all tapping into this thought stream and this possibility of creating something bigger than ourselves. We have this internal heart feeling that there is something brewing within us, and we know that we were born on this planet for a reason. Maybe you've dealt with an illness, a death, a major challenge in your life, or maybe just as a young kid, you felt different. And now as an adult, you are noticing that you have the ability and opportunity to redirect our focus in the world. And really, my big mission is to guide people back to a place of empowerment, a sense of hope, determination, and the realization that we have the ability to be a creator with this world. Now, what I've been noticing recently is my mission is beyond books. So right now, I'm currently accepting applications for my third co-authored book called Lineage Speaks. But what has become ever clear as I've been interviewing some of the women that have been part of the last two co-authored book projects is that it's not just about books. It's like books are a funny channel and conduit for a greater message. And something that I feel deeply, deeply passionate about is women entrepreneurs in business who have this understanding of our power as women, our power of the womb, our power of creativity, which we all have, sensuality, expression, all of those things, that we bring these concepts, these missions out to the mainstream world. And that's why we're focusing on getting on podcasts. We're focusing on being in the news. We're focusing on having conversations besides our little like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn bubbles, because we want to bring this bigger. We have a mission on this planet. And ultimately, we need these messages spread. Personally, for me, I've been feeling, a lot of unease when I scroll through Instagram and I just see what's going on. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of divisiveness. There's a lot of separation, a lot of things happening. But we live on a planet of polarities. So when we have these moments of tension, there's always a moment of massive expansion if you're able to lean into that. And now the people who are coming into my space are acknowledging that this is a portal. This is opportunistic. We have the ability to create something new. And I want to bring it back to the age of Aquarius, right? This is a time, it's discussed and up for debate of when we entered this time period, this astrological time period, whether it was 2011, 2012, or we're still entering it, whatever it is. I want to talk about some of the ideals of this time, which are the power of collaboration, the power of community, the power of leading from our heart, the power of the people, the individual coming back to self. And we're starting to see that more and more and more. And really my awakening to this was many, many years ago when I was dealing with health challenges and complications and going to doctor after doctor after doctor and not feeling seen, heard, and at times respected for my opinion and my view and my connectedness to the body. So this then allowed me to go on this path of discovery, of understanding I'm unique, learning about Ayurveda, all these things. But at the end of the day, we're all coming to this awareness that as systems are crumbling, healthcare, government, money, finance, education, a lot of these systems and structures that have held together this world that we've understood to be reality for so long are starting to disembody. And now we have the ability, because this is a time where it comes back to the individual, where we get to choose as sovereign leaders the path we want to move forth in, also the thought stream we want to connect with. So if you want to make a change in your life, say it's your health, you make the change now. You do this for yourself. If you want to make a change in your business, if you see a different future possible for humanity, you start that now, because this is a time where the power is coming back to the people, the individual, where we had always looked at systems like religion and government, and even in business, like the boss as being above us. Leaders are no longer on pedestals. We are seeing that it's been somewhat of an illusion for a long time. And this is an opportunity. And this is why I'm calling out to the entrepreneurs, the business owners, those who have the ability to create. Now, we all have the ability to create, but as a business owner, you have an opportunity in front of you to change the focus of how we help people, of how we lead. Things are changing, and it's the most beautiful thing that's happening, although very challenging, very challenging. Do not feel alone, right? So my invitation for you as a business owner or an entrepreneur is, number one, what is the movement that you're creating? Because you're creating something more than just the products that you sell or the program that you have coming up. No, there's a deeper reason that you were called to that work. And a lot of times you're going to start to realize that people are going to actually buy into your mission and your vision beyond just what you are selling. Right? You pay to be part of my multi-author books because it is a project. We are doing things behind the scenes. It's not just about books, though. It's the same thing for you and your business. It is so much more than that. So what is the movement that you are creating? What are the values that are important to you and your business and your brand? Because when we invest, when we put our money in anything, right, this is how the structure is right now, we are essentially voting for that thing, whether it's a business, a person, whatever it is. So you as the business owner, you as the entrepreneur, what is the movement that you are creating? What is the vision that you hold and see for the future of this world? What are some of the values that are infused and interwoven into every single thing that you do, whether you have an online business, a product-based business, a brick and mortar business, everything is infused. I also want you to think about, what are you sharing with the world? Where is your focus? Where is your attention? Not only what you're sharing with the world, but what are you consuming personally? What kind of thought streams are you focused on? It's important to acknowledge all these different thought streams. And in reality transurfing, he calls these pendulums, these different kind of thought patterns. We have the ability to kind of hook onto them. It's almost like the thought of group think. I know I'm going a little bit out there, but acknowledge what you're focusing on. Acknowledge the emotions that might be stirred. Keep your center and then redirect where you want to go, what you want to build, what you want to create. And that's my next question. What are you building? What are you building? What are you building? Because when it comes to having a business, you are creating something. You are creating something. You are creating something. So what are you building as a business owner? It's beyond just the programs. What are you building? What are you creating? Remember that our creative expression is one of the highest kind of forms of this human incarnation, our creativity. We have the ability to create, and that is our power. So I'm going to bring it back in right now. So we started this conversation with being part of a movement, something bigger than ourselves, of sharing a message that's here to empower people. And I invite you to ask yourself, what is that for you? We talked about the age of Aquarius and how this is really a time in history where the power is coming back to the individual. Yet when the power is coming back to the individual, it's understood that you are not alone. And that is why collaboration and community and co-creating is so important right now. And coming together as a collective is so important, especially when we are sensing things like division and divisiveness and things that are kind of in the way to separate us. We have the choice to come back together, to come back together. And ultimately, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you get to ask yourself, what am I creating? Because the choice is yours at this very moment. What are you creating with your work in the world? What are you building? And most importantly, what is the message that you are truly sharing behind your work? See, it's funny because you see me sharing about books and podcasts, but the mission and the message behind it, which is amplifying powerful voices, sharing powerful stories, and bringing the power back to the people, that is always going to be infused in every single thing, because the mission is actually bigger than the product or the program. And that's actually what people buy into. And that's what I've realized lately. It's not just about the books. It's about something much, much bigger. So I just invite you to start to ask yourself, what am I creating? What am I building? What do I see for the future? What is possible? Because everything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm excited about where the world is going, although we are experiencing some times of turbulence and chaos. Yes, it is there, but I am optimistic that when there is contraction, there is also massive, massive expansion. It just depends on where you direct your attention and your focus. If you'd like to be part of my next multi-author book project, Lineage Speaks, you are welcome to join me there. Remember, yes, you will be getting yourself on podcasts, getting yourself in the media, collaborating with other business owners, but you are really furthering a movement of a new way of being, doing, living, of sharing stories, of sharing voices, and ultimately a message of empowerment, because this world needs more empowered humans who can come back to the knowledge and wisdom that has always been present in their heart. Always. I hope you all have a magnificent day ahead. I am excited to continue to share and continue to use my voice, because we're just building momentum, and that's how we build. You just have to start, though. See you all later.